Hey folks, welcome back. As you can tell, I got the burn barrel out here. Just cleaning up a little bit in the shop today. What I'm doing, I'm just burning off some scrap lumber that isn't really good enough to go into the house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into the shop because I want to show you something that I use in order to save a few bucks. This is a fairly big shop, and I'll take you on a full tour another day. But this shop, if I were to put a concrete floor in it, would not be cheap. I don't know about you guys, money does not grow on trees around here, although I've been looking for it for years. I still can't find that money tree. So I saved a few bucks on the flooring. What this is a typical pole barn, and let's head on inside here. This is a typical pole barn that you would probably find on anybody's property. And I love it. But what I don't love is having a dirt floor. If any of you have a pole barn already, you probably know you can have a dirt floor, or you could have a stone floor, or you could have a concrete floor. Well, I don't really have any of those. Well, sort of. What I have down below here is a dirt floor, so it's sand, and I packed it in, and then I put down this rubber membrane. What this rubber membrane is, well, it's kind of a fancy word for saying it's leftover rubber mat or rubber conveyor belt from a rock quarry. If you have the ability to search around, ask around, talk around, you may come across some material that's either cheap or free. And once I get this place cleaned up, you'll be able to see a lot better, but this material was actually free. I had a friend, and depending on the favors you owe them, sometimes they'll help you out. This friend hooked me up with some conveyor belt that is used in a rock quarry. This stuff is used, so this was going to be replaced. And so they had it left over, and they actually they loaded it into my truck for me, and I got it here. This stuff, if we can find a piece of it amongst all this junk, there's a good piece of it. You guys can have a look at it. This stuff's pretty thick. I'd say that's probably a good 1/2 inch thick, and it's got looks like nylon webbing in between the layers. You can get a real good look at it there. But this stuff is thick, this stuff is tough, and this stuff was free. This was a heck of a lot cheaper than the concrete floor that I wanted to put in here. Doesn't mean I'm not going to put concrete in here, but for the time being, until that money tree gets found, I'm using the rubber membrane, the rubber conveyor belt. So if you have the option, ask around a little bit, because this stuff works great. This rubber conveyor. So this rubber conveyor belt works really, really well, as you can tell here. The snowmobiles slide across it nicely. That's even with the carbides in the bottom of the skis, so slides across it nicely. Also provides a non-slip surface, which is excellent for me because, as you can tell, there's some snow and ice and all that good stuff that gets tracked in here. I also have all kinds of other stuff in here, everything from sawdust to oil that makes its way onto the floor and sometimes gets cleaned up faster than other times. And that really doesn't cause me to slide either. One of the big downsides with this stuff is if you don't want a perfectly level floor, you're fine. But if you do want a perfectly level floor, this is not for you. I definitely have things that will roll around and get lost underneath things because the floor isn't level, and when I drop it, it sort of disappears. But other than that, price is right, works well, and it's very practical. That sort of sums up me in a nutshell, so I think it worked for me for that reason. So, you guys have any questions about all that? You guys let me know. I think this stuff is some solid flooring if you don't have the coin to drop on a new concrete floor. So maybe look around, ask around, make some friends, ask for some favors, and you'll find yourself some. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm heading on back out to the burn barrel. You guys all take care. We'll see you all next time.